for 15 days, which was continuous dull aching. Pain was not radiated, neither referred. It had no aggravating or relieving factors. Patient had associated itching all over the body. Patient had weight loss of 5 kilograms in last 1 month. Patient had history of pale colored stool. No history of nausea, vomiting, fever, associated abdominal mass. No history of passing of black colored stool. In past history, patient had no jaundice or blood
Wait,
transfusion.
wait, Monal. You go back to ODP. Yes. Now, you said there is itching over the body, but how long he is having this pruritus?
So it was associated with
Since how long?
for 1 month.
So it has started with the jaundice or before jaundice?
So it was started with jaundice
Okay.
for
Can
1 month.
you share the next slide? Yes. Patient had weight loss of 5 kg in last 1 month.
Yes, sir.
What about the history of anorexia?
Sir, patient had decreased appetite. It is mentioned in personal history.
Patient has an increased appetite and there is a
Decreased in
decrease.
appetite.
Okay. And patient had pale color stools. Since how long he is passing this pale color stool?
Sir, it is all for 1 month, sir. Since 1 month.
हाँ बोलो राजन सर.
Uh, Mona, you want to say that every problem has started in a one day only, before 1 month. That is what your interpretation is, or what you are telling to us.
Sir, it was gradually increasing over time.
That is okay.
What is the reason of itching over the body?
Sir, itching is because of the deposition of bile acids into the skin, which causes irritation of nerve ending and release of histamine. Causes
So from the
itching.
so from the beginning, when the jaundice starts, it starts depositing into the nerve end.
No, sir. There will be increase in the bile acid, and it will.
So the question is, these are the progressive diseases in which this itching and everything comes later part. Sir also wants to tell the same thing. Suppose you are telling sir has asked you for the discoloration of stool or a clay color stool, what you are saying is right. That also, whether it is progressive, whether it is intermittent, whether the color is changes, color clay color changes as increase in the towards white or a clay. That all the things you must have to explain while you are narrating the history. Don't say that there was a history of pale color stool. Since long, if patient gives need 5 days, you mention this all the complaints with a some duration.
Yes, sir.
Say, Dr. Monal, you said clay color stool or pale color stool means what?
Pale,
What does
sir,
it
pale.
signify?
Sir, the color of the stool is pale because of absence of pigments into the stool.
So there is absence of bile, right?
Sir, absence of bile pigments, sir.
But bile pigment is present in the bile,
Yes, sir.
right? So bile is totally obstructed. So it's a complete obstruction.
Yes, sir.
So it has started right from the day one.
Sir, as the history of the patient, it was all started during 1 month, as he has noticed it. So, patient has noticed everything since 1 month.
So jaundice must have appeared before 1 month. Then you
Yes,
must
sir.
have asked. You no. See, it is only see what mistake we do is it may apparently more appear in of jaundice since 1 month, but he must have developed symptoms before 1 month. Some discoloration,
Yes, sir. Yes,
something
sir.
must have started because
Yes,
otherwise you cannot explain complete obstruction suddenly,
yes, sir. It is.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So looking to this. Okay. Next slide.
How the patient has come to know that he has lost a 5 kg weight?
The patient knew what his weight was before. His weight was 67 kilogram, and when he was admitted in hospital, we did the weight, and it was 62 kilogram.
Fine. Does the patient is having history of fever?
No, sir. Patient is not in rush.
Okay. Does this history has having any significance?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
What is the significance of history of fever?
Sir, history of fever shows infective etiology. Uh, it can be because of in for this case, history of fever may suggest in case of hepatitis and hepatic medical jaundice, or if the patient is having obstructive jaundice, as it is in this case, it may suggest cholangitis. But along with fever, there are other symptoms also.
How can you stamp that from the history only? This is a obstructive jaundice only. I say it is a cholestasis. So fever is the one symptom which excludes the thing of
Yes, sir.
probably of infective. And second is your history of significant weight loss.
Yes, sir.
So two things favors
Right.
your diagnosis.
So wait. You said there is no history of. I mean, there is. Is there any history of weight loss? I mean, or anorexia
Yes, sir. There is history of anorexia. It is mentioned in personal history.
in.
Personal history. I have mentioned it in.
Why it is not mentioned here? Because there is already history of weight loss.
Yes, sir.
See, nausea and vomiting, they are different thing. Okay,
What is the
anorexia is a different.
what is the difference between nausea and vomiting?
Sir, nausea is a terminology. It shows that person is feeling like to vomit, but is not presently vomiting. Is having sensation of to vomit.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Monal. Yes.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
you mentioned no history of associated abdominal mass. What do
Yes,
you mean
sir.
by it? History of associated abdominal mass. What is the correlation of history of associated abdominal mass?
Sir, I have asked the patient if he is having feeling of some lump in his abdomen. Uh, he denied it.
The
So he
patient is
denied.
not know what is lump and what is these things. You have to examine that things, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. It is in examination, sir. It is in
So,
examination.
so it is not like a history of associated. The patient cannot give a history of associated. I have a jaundice with associated abdominal mass.
This is an additional word which is going to create a problem for you.
Yes,
If you have written it is abdominal mass or abdominal lump, that is altogether a different story.
Instead, you should have asked about the abdominal distension. Okay.
What is the characteristic of pain in this patient?
sir.
You have not described the pain.
Sir, in this case, the pain is in the right side upper part of abdomen, which was continuous and dull aching, and it was not radiating or not referred, and was not aggravating or relieving by medication.
Okay.
It was dull aching, sir. Continuous dull aching.
Continuous dull aching.
Yes.
So if there is a pain is there from 15 days, what patient taking for to relieve the
No,
pain?
sir. No, sir. Patient is not taking any medication because it is not making him much uncomfortable. It is just dull aching discomfort.
So if it is not a discomfort, then it not be a main chief complaint.
But patient has said it in. So
No.
Okay. Now, what are the causes of jaundice with dull aching pain in particularly right hypochondriac or right upper abdomen? What are the causes?
John, jaundice with dull aching pain.
In other words, I am asking you what are the DD you are going to put. pain with jaundice
Sir,
without fever.
for this case, the patient is having pale colored stool with
No, no,
itching.
no. You Umedane khali enumerate the causes. That's my question. Pain with jaundice. Enumerate your causes.
Okay, sir. Sir, for pain with jaundice, the cause is hepatitis, most common cause. Other causes are because of some obstructive causes. Obstruction, if the pain is colicky, then it is because of stone, and if it is dull aching, then it is because of some malignant lesion, possibly involving some nerves, retrograde nerves.
Involving
Sir,
retroperitoneal now.
if it is involving the perineural tissue, then it can cause bleeding. Or
So in your case, either you are putting a pain is because of the advanced malignancy. What are you
yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. See, even gallbladder, distended gallbladder can also give rise to a pain.
Yes, sir.
Hepatomegaly also can give rise to a pain.
Yes, sir.
Any stretching of the peritoneum, any pathology which is likely to inflammation or stretching of the peritoneum can going to give rise to a dull ache. So don't stuck to your answer that it is because of the perineural or neural origin. No, it may be inflammatory origin also, or it may be a stretching of the capsule also.
Yes, in case of hepatitis.
Any reason, we don't know. Because if you stuck yourself here only with malignancy, with advancement, then everything later on you will not explain.
See, in malignancy, the liver enlarges gradually compared to viral hepatitis,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
So there is no, I mean, we don't expect that much pain. Whereas in viral hepatitis, there is stretching of Gleason's capsule, sudden enlargement,
Yes, sir.
and that produces tremendous pain. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you suspect here? By the end of the ODP, I think you are suspecting malignancy.
By the end of ODP, I would suspect the patient is having obstructive jaundice with obstruction of CBD because of some malignant cause.
Okay. Why CBD? You are suspecting CBD malignancy just at the end of the ODP? How can you locate that?
Sir, obstructive jaundice because of malignancy.
Right. Make it a broad. Keep it broad. Right.
Obstructive jaundice because of malignancy.
Yeah. You are just suspecting obstructive jaundice, and probable cause of obstruction is more likely to be malignant.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
At the history also, you don't commit yourself for a malignancy. It is a case of a obstructive jaundice. Then you examine and then put further whatever you want to put it. Go ahead.
Patient had no past history of jaundice or blood transfusion, no history of tuberculosis or diabetes mellitus, no past history of any surgery.
Which surgery you are specifically interested?
Sir, abdominal surgery.
Abdomen has so many.
Surgery. Which abdominal surgery is going to give rise to obstructive jaundice?
Sir, surgeries concerning to the hepatobiliary tract, duodenum, colon, and stomach.
I am looking for any surgery related to cholecystectomy.
Yes.
Or a
Gastrectomy.
Any nearer to the D1 area, any surgery.
Yes.
Okay.
Most common is cholecystectomy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Patient is having for personal history. Patient is taking vegetarian diet, had a reduced appetite for 1 month. Bowel, bladder habits, and sleep are unaltered. Patient smokes 15 BDs per day for last 40 years. The patient is non-alcoholic.
Patient is still smoking.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, no similar family history in family.
Similar history of what?
Similar history of sir pain and illness.
Okay. Tell me which are the jaundice which are having a correlation, obstructive jaundice which are having a family history correlation.
The obstructive jaundice having family history correlation are can be mostly a malignant cause of head of pancreas tumor or periampullary cancer. So it is associated with syndromes.
Generally એવું નથી હોતું. એક કે બે
Which
પેશન્ટને
family disease has a higher incidence of developing pancreatic cancer? It is not only head of the pancreas. Have you heard about HNPCC syndrome?
Yes, sir.
So
And these all syndromes, HNPCC syndrome, Peutz-Jeghers syndrome, 8-XA telangiectasia, uh, familial edematous polyposis.
even FAP,
Yes,
get
sir.
the polyps, right? Multiple polyposis.
Yes,
So
sir.
some polyps in the duodenum might have converted into malignancy.
Yes, sir. So these all are familial causes.
Right. Okay. Go ahead. चलो आगे बढ़ो.
Sir, summary of history. 75-year-old male smoker.
આગળ જવા.
I have examined the patient in proper daylight with exposure and consent. Patient is conscious, cooperative, and well oriented to time, place, and person. Patient is fairly built and nourished. BMI 21.4 kg per meter square. Weight is 62 kg. Height is 1.7 meter. Patient is afebrile. Pulse is 80 per minute in right radial artery. Blood pressure 120 by 82 millimeter of mercury in right brachial artery in supine position by oscillatory manner. Greenish yellow discoloration of sclera, skin and undersurface of tongue. Pallor is present. No clubbing. No generalized lymphadenopathy. No edema.
Edema where?
Sir,
Where? Edema where? The facial edema?
no.
No.
The lower limb edema.
Lower limb edema has so many causes. In general examination, we usually check for pedal edema.
Yes, sir. Pedal edema.
And what are the have you seen? Have you checked for the signs of acute liver failure
No,
or
sir.
chronic
Check was
liver
not
failure?
necessary.
Hmm?
Acute liver failure signs were not necessary to check, sir. The patient was much conscious, alert, and uh, so
Subclinical, you will wait for the patient to become unconscious to stamp it as acute liver failure.
sir, I have changed the signs of sir, chronic liver failure. Sir.
કયા છે chronic liver failure ના signs કયા હોય? Because this is a chronic abdominal
Yes,
failure.
sir. Yes, sir.
Which are they?
Sir, patient will be having spider navy, uh, uh, Falkman's contractures, gynecomastia, testicular atrophy, parotid swelling. Patient will be having ascites and there will be dilated veins over abdomen
And pedal edema.
and pedal.
Dilated veins are usually not a sign of a liver failure. It is a
It's
sign
a portal
of a portal
hypertension.
hypertension. So these are not the two things the same. Patient is having a dilated veins. It doesn't mean a patient is having liver failure, or a patient is having liver failure. It doesn't mean that the patient is having a portal hypertension. Vice versa is not true.
Yes.
Those are separate things. But portal hypertension is usually associated with the liver failure, where because of the cirrhosis, usually the one of the causes, commonest cause.
Yes.
You have not mentioned in your examination about the itching. You have in history you have mentioned that there is a history of itching is there.
Yes, sir.
Scratch mark must have noticed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is mentioned in. Sir.
जी આગળ છે.
अच्छा આમાં બોલ.
Yes, sir.
સારું.
But otherwise it is a general examination finding, and usually it is the exposed part of the body are having a more prone to have a itching marks than any other hidden part. So abdominal when you see for abdomen, it is less likely to be a scratch mark, but external limbs which are open or a back or a shoulder, these are the area where most commonly the scratch mark are there.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead with your.
For I have examined the patient in supine position with hip and knees flat with hands by the side. On inspection, abdomen is flat, umbilicus is centrally located and inverted, yellowish discoloration of skin over abdomen, scratch marks present, no scar or dilated veins, no visible lump, no visible peristalsis, no visible impulse on cuffing over hernial sites, external genital back and spine appear normal. On palpation, abdomen is
Just a minute, dear. See, one can expect a postgraduate students who are appearing on the third year should know what is the position of inspection of abdomen. Inspection of the abdomen should not be done with the hip flats. It should be on the supine position with the hip straight, not at the flexion. This is a position which you have described. It is basically for the palpation. You should have that clear idea.
yes, correct.
So inspection should be in the supine positions with the arm by the side, and you have to observe the patient from the above as well as from the side. So this position is not correct. What you have mentioned is.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
On palpation, abdomen is soft and non-tender. A well-defined globular lump of 4 by 4 centimeter size, palpable in right hypochondrium in mid-clavicular line, extending up to the right lumbar region from right costal margin. It is non-tender with smooth overlying surface, firm consistency, well-defined margin, palpable over medial. Margin is palpable over medial, lateral, and lower side of the lump, but not on the upper side. It is intra-abdominal lump. It moves with respiration and is mobile horizontally. Cannot insinuate the finger behind the costal margin. No other palpable lump. No organomegaly. On percussion, liver dullness measures 10 cm in right mid-clavicular line from 5th intercostal space to costal margin, and in right side mid-axillary line from 7th intercostal space to costal margin. Dullness of the before mentioned swelling is continuous with that of the liver dullness. There is no free fluid present. On auscultation, normal bowel peristaltic sound heard. On digital rectal examination, no palpable mass felt. Pale colored stool, stained finger. No left supraclavicular lymphadenopathy. Respiratory examination system, air entry bilateral equal, CNS, GCS 15 by 15, CDS, S1, S2 heard.
So what is your clinical impression?
Sir, to summarize the case,
what is your clinical impression? Means what is your lump?
clinically, on examination, the abdominal lump is a gallbladder, most likely to be a gallbladder.
Most likely you have to comment that only. It is a palpable gallbladder is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So except palpable gallbladder and jaundice, no other sign on examination in abdomen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now put your differential diagnosis.
Sir, my provisional diagnosis are the 75-year-old male patient who is smoker having obstructive jaundice due to CBD obstruction by malignant disease.
CBD obstruction. So
Yes.
so it is a hilar cholangiocarcinoma?
No, sir. It is common bile duct obstruction.
Common bile duct, but okay. Why?
As the gallbladder is enlarged, so there is no chance of being supra CVD, the hilar cholangiocarcinoma or common hepatic duct obstruction.
Okay. So what are the points which favors your diagnosis of malignant disease?
Sir, from points of history, as the patient is old age, a male patient who is having history of smoking, and plus he's having history of weight loss, anorexia, and the jaundice is obstructive type because of the pruritus and pale color stool, and uh, so
Only
it is.
single liner description should be there. It is a slowly progressive obstructive jaundice without any remission or aggravation. It is slowly progressive jaundice with increasing uh, pale color of the stool and palpable gallbladder. These are the things
Yes.
which you have to supposed to answer in a brief, small, simple 2 lines, but it will give your idea. Okay.
Now, how will you proceed?
Hmm.
Sir, I will admit this patient and first start investigations of the patient and at the same time resuscitate the patient as the patient must be dehydrated and has a loss of glycogen reserves and possibly because of possibly
Dear,
altered.
dear. See, glycogen reserve is a resuscitation. Resuscitation is a totally different meaning. When the patient comes in a shock and there is a dire emergency to revascularize the adequate fluid within the system, that we call is a resuscitation.
Optimize.
See, optimization is not the word. When you ask to,
Resuscitation means the milieu interior is disturbed, and your effort is to establish the milieu interior. Means
yeah,
the temperature is low, or there is hypovolemia, which critically endanger the life of the person. In that event, you resuscitate the patient, not in this chronic illness.
The preoperatively optimize the patient.
so why you want to
Optimize
offer?
what?
Dear fellow, diagnosis to कर. How you have decided that I am going to operate on this patient?
Sir, I will start the blood diagnosis along with. Sir, I will do blood investigation starting from LFT, CBC, RFT, and coagulation profile. In liver function test, I will look for aspartate transaminase and alanine transaminase and alkaline phosphatase uh, and total and conjugated and indirect bilirubin.
So your investigation is pointing towards the direct hyperbilirubinemia.
Yes, sir.
What next?
It will be having, sir, raised ALP and altered PTINR if patient is having.
All obstructive patients have altered INR.
Yes, sir.
So all obstructive jaundice patients should have altered INR. You mean to say?
So because of
I am not
uh,
asking the cause.
mm,
I know
sir,
you
if
will
it is
tell me not.
intermittently obstructing, then there are chances of not being raised normal INR. But chronically, for 1 month, there are chances of altered INR.
See, all obstructive jaundice patients don't exhibit altered INR. Okay, they don't have complete obstruction,
Yes, it's like,
and there is enough reserve of vitamin K.
yes,
So, have you ever seen a patient of obstructive jaundice who is having altered INR?
yes.
How many of percent patient you have seen? I don't think so. It's that much common. We give to prevent the this alteration because we want to investigate some we may be planning some invasive procedure.
And by and large, by and large, if there is a associated liver failure is there, and there is a cholestasis, at that time there is more chances, significant cholestasis, there is more chances of alteration in the INR.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
See dear, when you have been asked for how will you proceed, sir has asked you the question. So you have to, your answer should be, I will investigate in the form of the blood investigation, and I will go for the ultrasonography to diagnose what are the organomegaly is there and what is the likely cause for a obstructive jaundice. So that should be your answer, rather than you just say that LFT and these pre-operative. So now in postgraduate examination, if you say like that, so many examiners will be get irritated. So first foremost is you must say that I will confirm my diagnosis with ultrasonography and blood investigation. In blood investigation, I will go for a LFT. In LFT, first is the bilirubin, rather than anything else you would say. So go in its chronology, proper chronology, and explain why you want to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How the sonography is going to help you?
In this case, I will do a sonography in which we'll find the pathology. If it is obstruction, then what is
You
the
can,
origin?
wait. Can you diagnose pathology by sonography?
Organ of origin,
Huh?
the, the
Huh?
origin of cause of obstruction.
Cause per nahi, level of obstruction. It is
Yes,
not the cause. It is just you can roughly see the level of obstruction.
yes,
What you are suspecting clinically that the obstruction may be in the lower end of the bile duct or
yes,
a periampullary region. Okay,
yes,
because the most of the time it is head of the pancreas which is causing malignancy, causing obstruction, which is difficult to evaluate because of gas in the duodenum.
yes, sir.
Okay, CBD you can very well, it's a gold standard tool for the CBD evaluation, the sonography, real time sonography. Okay, so if it is within the bile duct, you can evaluate, otherwise not. So maximum you can go is the level of obstruction. Once the level of obstruction, for in this case we may assume it is a lower end of the CBD. Okay, so what next you will go for? And there is intrahepatic dilated IHBR.
Yes, sir.
In ultrasonography, this
Then
also,
will be,
see, whenever you are asking your radiologist friend for a evaluation of patient of the obstructive jaundice, you must specify things what you would like to ask it, right?
I will look for the level of obstruction. If there is dilated intrahepatic biliary radicals, presence of gallstones, CBD, the diameter of CBD, presence of CBD stones, presence of lymph nodes around the enlarged lymph nodes around the hepatobiliary system, presence of free floating abdomen, presence of secondaries, if presence of some space occupying lesions in liver is present.
Suppose this is a 75 years gentleman, right?
Yes, sir.
The sonography we may expect some gallstone
Yes,
incidental.
sir. Yes, sir.
So how is going to make a change in your diagnosis, or you will continue with the suspicion of malignancy?
Sir, we have to suspect malignancy, sir. There is high possibility of.
Reason?
Sir, sir, the same reason the patient is 75-year-old male smoker
Mhm.
having history of complete obstruction, which is progressively increasing, and not has no colicky pain but dull aching pain. Uh,
The colicky pain never occurs in biliary colic. It's a misnomer.
Yes, sir.
Bile duct doesn't have any muscle,
Sir, if it is,
and there is no peristalsis. So
yes, sir.
colicky pain is never, it's a misnomer, biliary colic, okay? It is always a continuous pain, which is more often an inflammatory pain,
Yes,
which is felt in epigastrium in as well as in the right hypochondrium. Okay, so
yes,
biliary colic never happens because that duct doesn't have any musculature and no peristalsis,
yes,
right? Unlike the ureter or intestine.
Colic to generate, there should be a longitudinal fiber and there should be a circular fiber, which generates the peristalsis.
yes.
Okay, so you will ignore that finding, in meaning to say if there is a presence of gallstone, right?
We should have high index of suspicion if this.
Yes. So now, yes. What next? Suppose this sonography shows no gallstone, but the rest findings are same. What is your next step? There is obstruction in the lower end of the bile duct.
Yes, sir. Sir, the next step will be triple phase contrast and CT scan with pancreatic photo.
Okay. Why you want to go for this?
Sir, because CT scan shows the exact pathology of pancreas, the peripancreatic lesions, and if it is malignancy, then it also shows the operability of the. Uh, it helps in to know whether the malignancy is operable or not.
So staging you want to say.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Staging.
Huh.
Sorry,
How
think
about
it is.
Sorry, sir. Sir, I didn't get the question.
Sir is saying that CT scan helps in staging of the whatever the
Yes, sir.
pathology.
Yes, sir.
okay?
Okay.
How will you decide about the operability on CT scan?
Sir, on CT scan, if there is presence of pancreatic head or periampullary cancer, uh, generally in case of pancreatic head cancer, uh, the superior mesenteric artery, superior mesenteric vein, and portal vein are either are either the fat plane between it is lost, or either it is encased. So depending upon the amount of
That is the
encasement,
advanced case that you see in advanced case.
yes, sir.
See, pancreatic malignancy is divided into resectable, borderline resectable, and non-resectable.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the resectable includes even less than 180 degree of portal vein now
Yes, sir.
circumference. Borderline is SMV is involved, but SMA is spared. And non-resectable, what you just described, where
Yes.
there is total encashment. Okay, okay.
CT scan also shows uh, the metastasis in the liver, the lymphadenopathies,
The liver metastasis you can very well pick up with the sonography. There is no need for CT scan.
yes, sir.
It's a solid organ.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It can also show the peritoneal mass.
Yes.
Not
Peritoneal mats, no.
not
No,
confirmed,
no
but
imaging modality can show you this.
yes, sir. But yes, no, it cannot show every time.
Every time, no, never. How can
Usually
you?
not. Usually you cannot see the peritoneal metastasis in
For
case
that,
of
you
CT scan.
require
Uh,
pre-exploratory
Laparoscopy.
diagnostic laparoscopy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Indirectly, yes, ascites and that presence
Yes,
that
sir.
may
Lumbar
suggest,
shells and
but
If there is
peritoneal mats you
ascites,
cannot pick up.
yes. If there
yes,
is ascites, you should put a very high suspicion of there may be a peritoneal metastasis.
yes,
Usually, in case of obstructive jaundice, ascites are usually not that much common until it involves the peritoneal surfaces. त्यामध्ये generally નથી હોતું. Okay,
Okay.
suppose this patient is having a stage one spleen is clear between the pancreas and portal vein, right?
Yes, sir.
Or in other words, it is a resectable tumor.
Yes, sir.
What will you do?
Sir, if CT scan is pointing towards resectable tumor without any doubt, so then the next step would be pre-optimization of the patient for surgery.
Okay. How will you optimize the patient?
Sir, patient needs fluid and electrolyte management, needs coagulative correction, coagulation profile correction. Patient needs correction of the generalized nutritional level, including protein and glucose, glycogen reserves. Uh, he also needs correction if there is some complication related to the kidney complication like hepatorenal syndrome is present because of chronic obstruction.
What will
Uh,
you do for that?
Say nutrition will take how long? You want to build up this patient within 1 week, 2 week.
yes, sir. Sir, we can if there is time of like 1 week, 1 week maybe.
So that will improve the nutritional status.
Yes, sir. Total parental nutrition for 1 week. It will,
Total parental. Why you want to keep the patient NBM?
The preoperative preparation of the bowel is important.
See, most important is that you treat the sepsis if it is present.
Present, yes.
yes, sir.
Operating in a septic patient, cholangitis, ongoing cholangitis, and if you go for the operative procedure, the mortality is very high.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Second thing is very high bilirubin can 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 lead to the problem in a post-operative phase, particularly hepatorenal shutdown.
Yes,
So
sir.
so many are the proponent of biliary drainage. That is all the time it is a questionable whether it should do or whether it should not be done. This is a still debate, right? Some says you should do it. Either
but
you can
majority
just
of the center they recommend drainage.
yeah. So either you put a ERCP stent or a the PTBD and start decompressing the liver or the intrahepatic biliary channels.
Yes, sir.
These are the things
Okay.
which is important rather than a nutritional status.
If it is infected bile, you drain externally.
Yeah.
Okay, like nasobiliary drainage or PTBD. If it is non-infected, it is preferable to have a ERCP. Okay. Any other modality of treatment to stage properly the disease other than CCT with pancreatic protocol?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
if sir CCT abdomen cannot detect the lymph nodes which are less than 5 millimeter, and if there are liver mets which are less than 5 millimeter. Moreover, sir, to get a tissue diagnosis, it is always better with endoscopic ultrasound, which detects the encasement of the superior mesenteric artery and the common hepatic artery. Which
EUS. EUS is the correct answer.
yes, sir, endoscopic ultrasound is
See, common hepatic artery, why you are mentioning in pancreatic head tumor? From where does it originate? Which portion of common hepatic
sir,
artery is in contact with the
the
pancreas?
the junction of with gastroduodenal artery where it becomes proper hepatic artery.
See, common hepatic artery has no contact with the pancreas. कॉमन हेपेटिक आर्टरी ने पेनक्रियास बच्चे क्या क्या रिलेशनशिप है सुपियर मेसेंट्रिक आर्टरी एग्री okay okay so patient CCT US biopsy suggests it is operable what next we will do
Sir, after pre-optimization, I will go for laparoscopic diagnostic laparoscopy uh, and uh, uh, Whipple surgery, open
Why
Whipple
you
surgery.
want to go for scopy in this case?
Sir, if there are peritoneal mats which are missed, so it will be always better
So,
to first.
so it is more common with the head malignancy or tail and body malignancy?
Sir, more common in case of tail and body malignancy
Yeah.
because of leg presentation.
And you have already done the EUS, you have done the CECT.
I have already mentioned that if you are having any suspicion, ascites is there and suspicion of a peritoneal mass, then you can answer the question of a laparoscopy. Otherwise, as per you, every patient has to go for a laparoscopy for a staging for a peritoneal mass. It is not the case. Usually, we do not do. How many in our institution? How many patients are going for a laparoscopy before any Whipple surgery?
Sir, I have not seen.
Nobody has seen. That's what I'm saying. Then why you are adding yourself for a laparoscopy to be done?
You have already evaluated thoroughly, okay? And if it is on this laparoscopy is advantageous only for body and tail malignancy, because by the time they become symptomatic, they have already spread into the peritoneum. So 50% of them they are unresectable. Here you can very well evaluate that by other modality of treatment like CCT, EUS. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the role of MRCP in this case?
Role of MRCP.
Will you ask to go for MRCP or not in this case, in this patient?
No, sir, not necessary in this question.
Okay, good.
Basically, ultrasonography is useful for a confirmation of your diagnosis of obstetric jaundice with the confirmation of a dilatation of CBD. It may sometimes give you the idea about what is the level, or there is a extra hepatic or extra biliary. Any tumor is there or not, which is compressing from outside. That much information can be get from ultrasonography. It can give you for the malignancy with probability surrounding metastasis or lymph node, which can be confirmed with the EUS. MRCP is usually required when there is a luminal, you suspect there is a luminal narrowing. At that time, MRCP will be more helpful.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When you have a doubt, periampullary malignancy, and you have a doubt about whether it is a stricture or a malignancy, periampullary malignancy, at that time, MRCP will give you some irregularities within the lower end of CBD, which will help you more. And then you're supposed to go for a ERCP.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is the resectability and curability they are same?
No, sir.
What is the difference between these two?
See,
Sir,
resectable tumor may not be
yes, sir.
may
Not
not
curable.
provide a cure to the disease. Okay.
So
And recent.
resectability,
हाँ बोलो sir.
resectability is for surgeons and surgeons' purpose, not for the patient's purpose. So resectability is a disease management, not the patient management.
Curability is different.
Yeah, curability means it is a patient management.
Yes, sir.
Disease-free survival. Okay, and disease-free survival is more important. And just for your information, because you may not have access to the recent journal, but recently I came across that article where they have recommended pre-op chemotherapy even in resectable tumor to
Yes,
improve
sir.
the survival.
Yeah, it is going to come in the slowly.
Gemcitabine or capacitabine pre-operatively.
Now most
And
of the
then you
malignancies are usually will come out with this protocol.
yes,
Whatever the staging is there.
yes, to improve the
Slowly
survival.
people slowly people have started moving towards that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, suppose this tumor is non-resectable, which is more likely. What are the options you can, or I mean, rather, what treatment you can offer to this patient?
Sir, if it is found that the tumor is non-resectable in the CT scan, then we will go for biopsy, uh, and after biopsy, we will.
Which type of biopsy? Wait, sonography, CT guided.
Yes, sir. Sir, biopsy can be done either endoscopic biopsy or CT guided biopsy.
CT guided in pancreas. Why you need that?
Sir, endoscopic biopsy is done routinely, but CT guided can also be done.
CT is even for pancreatic tumor. CT is enough. One can operate by on just the suspicion of tumor on CT. At least for the pancreas, you need not have to have
Tissue diagnosis is not
tissue
mandatory.
diagnosis. Instead, you can go for the tumor marker
Yes.
3A99.
Yeah. Someone is right about the breast uh, biopsy. Breast
Breast
biopsy is
biopsy.
equally, yeah, breast biopsy is usually meant for when there is a periampullary tumor or a suspected lower end of CBD tumor or CBD malignancy.
Yes,
At that time, it is helpful rather than a truly head of the pancreas. If it is a truly head of the pancreas, it's very difficult to have a tissue confirmation. So it is usually what sir said like that only. You can operate upon the suspicion and let it to become tissue diagnosis from the specimen.
yes, sir.
Okay, what next?
Sir, then if the patient is having GI obstruct, for this case, the patient is not having GI obstructive symptom, but they will, with the help of palliative stenting, we will stent the CBD so to relieve the biliary obstruction.
Hello.
Which type of stent? हाँ बोलो कल्पित भाई.
Yes, you already mentioned if patient is having GI obstructions. If patient is
Sir,
having
this is
obstruction,
GI obstruction.
yes. So if patient is having obstructions, and that means complete obstruction, how can you negotiate your scope to do a
Sir,
stent?
sir, this patient is not having GI obstruction.
Suppose this
So,
patient is having GI obstructions, and you are not able to negotiate your scope.
Yes,
Then what will you do?
sir, in that case, we can do a PTC, PTVC, percutaneous transited biliary.
So ultimately, your answers will be I have, if there is no obstruction, I have to do a decompressions. Either it is possible by a stenting, or if it is stenting, it's not possible by a external decompressions.
Yes,
And for
there are
GI
two.
obstruction, if you are a
Yeah.
surgeon, you must pick a gastrojejunostomy.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir. That is, if if it is not possible, then we can do gastrojejunostom.
There is obstruction at the level of either GI or hepatobiliary. If it is hepatobiliary, you can have a stenting with the option available, particularly the metallic stenting if you are suspecting the malignancy.
Yes,
If it is GI obstruction, you have a very limited area. If lifespan is you are suspecting a small lifespan, then you could a metallic stent even in the GI also,
yes.
duodenum also.
Duodenal stent, sir.
Yeah, but otherwise, if it is you suspect that the patient is nutritionally good and patient may survive, then best option is triple bypass. Either bypass everything, let the patient have a good life.
Yes, sir. Mm. Gastrojejunostomy, hepatical jejunostomy, and jejunostomy.
Yeah, so then patient may have. And nowadays we are doing a lot of people. Otherwise, in case of previously, this procedure are very frequently done, and so many patients have survived without any problem, whatever the life they have, comfortable life.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Anything else, Rajan sir?
नहीं नहीं
Okay.
कल्पित भाई ने कुछ
Lewis sir, Lewis have,
नहीं,
I think. જતા
તો
રહેલા
જોઈન્ટ થઈને મોઢું બતાવીને નીકળી ગયેલા
ના એરપોર્ટ પર હતા ઇન્સ્પેક્શનમાં ગયા છે
ઓકે ફાઇન
કઈ નહીં ચાલો વેલ ડન મોનલ
Thank you, sir.
ઓકે સરસ સરસ મોનલ ગુડ
Thank you,
you
sir.
can have a lot of scope for a improvement. You write down everything, whatever your question asks, you prepare the answer accordingly and circulate to all your friends. Don't keep it with you only.
Yes, sir. Sir, any chance of improvement in sir history?
You can see this is already a recorded one. So you can go through it and find out whatever the questions we have asked. Accordingly, you can modify yourself. No problem.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I have seen in some videos, sir, that the urine coloration, when they describe it as yellow discoloration, it is considered inappropriate. They generally prefer dark color urine. Is it necessary, sir? Because patient has described yellow discoloration. Sir.
Yeah. You can say the yellowish discoloration or dark. The patient say yellow means we can say that it is yellow. It is not mandatory. It is a dark colored urine.
so it's a combination they are must be having
Everybody
dark
have a
color
different-
urine and pale stool
Yes, sir. That is
that is called that is the old terminology that is called acholeric jaundice.
Yeah.
It's a combination, but it's okay. You can go ahead with the yellowish discoloration.
It doesn't going to make a more difference, right? Patients say that it is yellowish, dark yellowish, or a dark color urine. It doesn't make a difference.
Because chief
Ultimately,
complaint is in patient's word.
yeah, we can't modify it. Much more. So that is not the question. But in your history, what we suggest, sir has also asked, I have also asked you, whatever the complaint is there, you must put a 1 or 2 days difference and just start writing in a chronology. Don't put it in a 1 month. Everything has occurred before 1 month. એક બે વાગે બધું symptom ચાલુ થઈ ગયા એમ. Not
Yes,
like
sir.
that. So when you are presenting a case, it should be just common sense. You can say that
Scientifically, it is not possible.
yes, sir.
and you can say 1 or 2 days ahead or later on the patient has started a doctor has told him you have a jaundice and he has asked for the things and patient has started monitoring and then later on this has come.
So he must have noticed clay color stool rather than complaining of.
Yeah. It is all a leading questions when we ask him in history.
Yes, sir.
So that you can modify yourself from the history itself. So if you say every day one day or 1 month, then it is again your viva or your examination will be around that region only. So that's not smartness you have to show.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Good night, Asante. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Next case will